For the last 5 years, I've been building my business, and probably about 6 to 9 months ago, I had this deep reflective kind of moment where it almost felt like I had been on a treadmill for 5 years, and I kind of just stepped off and realized that I was in the same exact spot. Now, in that moment and with all the thoughts that were just going through my mind, I thought about, all the investments I made in myself, all the investments I made in my business, whether it was going through like business programs, whether it was going through, trial and error with different, forms of content, looking at my Instagram page and having, I think it was like over 300 or 400 posts and video posts, right? So not me just taking a picture, not me just writing about whatever, like video posts where I was spending time every single day. At the time, I was, at my parents' recording content, uploading content, having calls, putting myself out there. And as I feel this almost like treadmill moment, right? How I'm walking, I'm trying to take action, I'm trying to be productive, I'm, keeping busy. That feeling of stepping off was really just this full circle moment of thinking about my relationship, thinking about my finances, thinking about, where I could have been, what I could have done, how I could have used time, better. And 5 years is a decent amount of time. 5 years also goes super, super fast. I remember at the very beginning when I started my business, being early 20s, and for, family, friends to be like, hey, do you think stepping into the coaching space, helping entrepreneurs, helping, at the most part, people that were older than me, do you feel like you're at a disadvantage for being so young? And I used to always have this long-term mindset where I would say, hey, but in 5 years, in 10 years, I'm going to be able to say that I've been doing this for so long. Whereas a lot of times I think people push off their goals. Now they're 30, 40, 50 years old. They're stepping into the space, but they might not have that same confidence. They might not have that same trial and error. They may not have that same ambition to really go for it, right? So one no might turn them away. Now, I know this video is obviously called, hey, I failed for the last 5 years. Now, there's parts of that are very, very true feelings, where it felt like a lot of the things that I had maybe did or, worked on, I'd call them a failure, where it's like, okay, 5 years in the business and it's like, what do I have to show for it, right? Where are the current clients? Where's the full list of email address? Where's the, the systems built out that has automated it, and the truth is, although a lot of that stuff might have been stagnant and might have been ups and downs, is what ultimately puts me in a spot to be able to record this video, to be able to say, hey, I'm still standing on my 2 feet. I'm still pushing forward, and every single day I'm still learning. Right? So with this video is the idea of, hey, what are the next 5 years going to look like? What if I could tie, and I've already seen this in ways, what if I could tie everything I had been working on, everything I had been so focused on, all of the different hours that I had put into things, even when I had hours where I was just pretending like I was working, how could I tie that to the next 5 years to speed up the process? One thing that I've been able to do this with already is for the last 5 years, and you guys are seeing this channel now, one of my first posts, and I don't even know how many months at the time of recording this, but as you go back, you see about, 60 subscribers, for this channel. And now that was some videos where I was really trying to put some time and effort into, growing. But one of the number one things that has probably held me back over the last 5 years is the consistency piece, right? You start collecting emails, then you stop. You start running ads, then you stop. You start posting high value content, then you stop. You start holding your clients accountable, then you stop. You start leading the way by yourself, and then you stop. And so I think that was one of the moments. And now what I've been able to do is, I've been starting to build out a business for baseball, right? An online baseball community called Level X, which is also going to be offering, soon some in-person stuff. And in the matter of, about 6 months, I've been able to take that channel from me like seriously posting on it from 0 subscribers to 310 subscribers currently. Something I've never reached before. In all of my 5 years of posting a video, posting content, I never had a long form video. Long form is, YouTube, this video you're watching now. And I've never had a single video get more than 100, 150, 200 views max. And I just recently, about a month ago, had one of my videos get 5.5K views. That is a huge, huge milestone. Something so cool to be able to see that, hey, this is real, right? Like when you do tap into a video, whether it's the hook, whether it's the title, like you truly can pull people in. And what's crazy is you see the comments under those videos. Now, hey, failed for the 5 years. We'll write them off. Again, still standing on my 2 feet. Never been able to find myself in a spot where I truly needed to, get 10 jobs or I needed to stop my business. But that's also something I want to talk about before I get into the next phase of this of, hey, what's going to take place these next 5 years? Now, I had all of these moments to quit. Before getting into my business, I was working at Amazon, making decent money. Again, early 20s, dropped out of college, doing well. If I was still there now, I'd be in a totally different place, but I would not have the certain freedoms that I have right now. Probably wouldn't even be in my same relationship that I'm in right now. And with all of that, comes this idea of why did I not quit? What is it that keeps me on this path? What is it that keeps me pushing forward every single day? What is it that keeps me chipping away, even when I might not see results? And that is my favorite part of this video right now, is because for the last 5 years, I had nothing to really pull me in and to say, oh my gosh, like this is going. If I could name out of all 5 years, I probably had 1 month, 1 or 2 months where I was like, wow, like I just did this. This is pretty dang cool. And we're not talking $20,000, we're not talking $30,000 a month, but I had 1 month out of all 5 years. And I'm so proud to say that, hey, I was underpaid for the last 5 years and I'm still standing on my 2 feet. If I could just tie a fraction of what I have learned over these last 5 years, I truly, truly, truly know that in the next 5 years, it won't just be about standing. It won't just be about stepping off of the treadmill and seeing I'm in the same spot, but it will be me in a full-on sprint, getting closer and closer and closer to my goals and building a life, of my dreams. Now, we got a long way to go, but what is in store over these next 5 years? Right now, it's the spring, Wednesday, May 20th. We got the summer coming up. I got a trip planned out in the next month, for my birthday celebration. Same with, my girlfriend's birthday. And I have this new set of fuel. I have this new set of fire. I have this new set of, calling of impact where all of my worlds are kind of coming together. If you don't know my story, for the last 5 years, I've been building out an online program, online coaching business, helping entrepreneurs, master their mindset, discipline, building high performance habits, all of that stuff, right? I love time management. I love planning. I'm super, super passionate about all of that stuff. But most importantly, I love changing lives. I love creating an impact. Now, one thing that I was doing part-time while building that business, which maybe kept it afloat and maybe I just didn't want to admit that, was baseball lessons. Since doing that part-time, that's actually turned into, a business of my own now. So it's me wearing that leader hat. It's me wearing that coach hat full-time. Right? It's not me building my business, then stepping away to just fill hours and get a paycheck. It's now all worlds coming together where it's like, hey, if I'm on a call here, in my apartment, in my home office, it's a call probably for impact. It's me helping somebody. It's me, creating a plan for somebody. It's me executing on my own goals or building things. But now when I go outside, with it being my business, it's not just other people getting put onto my schedule. It's me building this, roster of athletes that I don't get to just show them how to swing a bat, show them how to throw a ball, but I get to be a really big I'll say filling the mentorship role of guiding them with their mindset, right? Guiding them with their approach, guiding them with having them open up about certain things that they're feeling or certain fears they might have, whether it's in the batter's box. So the next 5 years is going to be filled with a ton of impact. The next 5 years is going to be filled with the same momentum of no quitting, no stopping, and just pushing forward. And the next 5 years are going to be documented consistently or not, just like I have done for the last 5 years, to be able to look back, to be able to track myself, to be able to share my journey so that in 5 years, when I remake this video, I get to really see, hey, how well did I show up? How much impact did I truly have? Now, I know I might title this video, hey, I failed for 5 years, but I've gotten in touch with a lot of people over the last 5 years from all over the country. I was just reading a thing that popped up, I think it said 3 years ago from yesterday's date. It was a client from South Africa. And that kind of gave me the idea of, recording this video. And she was talking about how in 6 days of going through my program, she already had this new layer of commitment. She was already making, habit changes. She was already feeling this, refreshed outlook on life. Now, one thing I am focused on, and this is the wrap up of this video, is less time on ChatGPT and more time back in the journal. I think a lot of us are, asking questions like, hey, I had ice cream yesterday. I worked out twice so far this week. Can I have ice cream again? We're asking questions like that to ChatGPT to get approval for our bad habits, to get approval for building a business, to, cheat our way through school or whatever, but it doesn't help us. Everything now is about mission. Everything now is about relationships. And most importantly, everything is about impact. So here's the plan. Action, action, action. Time to crush the next 5 years. Thanks for watching.